Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Card Talk, a podcast where we spend a little bit of time talking about cards from Lord of the Rings, the card game. I'm your host, Dave Walsh, and in this episode we're going to do something a little bit different. I've done something like this in the past, but I've been promising that I was going to do this for 4 months. So you'll notice here that I just got the Adventure Pack Mount Gundabad. It took me a little longer than normal to get it, but nonetheless it's here. And included in this Adventure Pack is Tactics Bilbo. And I've been promising the viewers that as soon as Tactics Bilbo comes out, I'm going to build an all-tactics, a mono-tactics Hobbit deck, because there's 3 heroes that we can use. So I'm going to construct this thing, and I'd be lying if I said I haven't even thought about it at all since Bilbo came out, or since he was spoiled, but I've been thinking about this a lot. So within this pack, it's kind of funny because this is kind of almost like I'm opening pack. About half the decisions have already been made for me, because picking a hero is probably about half the decisions you have to make. But in this pack, there's the Greenwood Defender, good card, and could also go in my Sylvan deck. Then Elf Guide. I don't think the Elf Guide is going to find a place in my Sylvan deck, but I'm definitely going to have some Gaffer Gamgee and some Drinking Song. I'm going to have Sting, which is a tactics attachment. Okay. Not the Round Shield. The Toymaker is going to go probably into my Dwarf Mining deck. The Armor of Erebor is nice, but not for a Hobbit deck. But then there's the Shire Folk. Okay. So these 12 cards are definitely going in it, okay? And that's all just from the new Mount Gundabad pack. Now, I guess I will say that I don't know how many copies of everything are going in there, but that's what's going to happen. And then I'm going to open up this is my Tactics folder, and I have, or my Tactics binder, and in my Tactics binder I have everything organized by hero, and then by ally, and then attachment, and then event. But there's definitely Tom Cotton, who's a 3 defense hero with 3 hit points, so that's good. And then my last hero is going to be Mary, the only other really tactics hero. Okay. And now I'm keeping, for now, I have this in a sleeve because I'm playing a campaign and I need to make sure I mark down which cards I'm using. So I'm going to keep Tactics Mary in a sleeve for right now. Now, this starting threat is 23. I have 9, 8, and 6. So all of that starting threat adds up to 23. So I'm not starting in secrecy. So I don't think that I could actually rely on this deck to be a secrecy deck, so to speak. But I'm going to try. Okay. So this is my clear cards, and so this is really what I've been thinking about. Did I call them clear? They're not clear. These are my neutral cards. Okay, the first thing that I'm going to do is I want to get out the songs, right? So I need the song of, it's funny, when I call them something, I call them the Song of Lore. The thing, I forget exactly what it's called. Okay, so I'm going to need the 3rd Song of Wisdom. I forget exactly which deck that's in, but I'll find that at some point. And then the thing, I guess, that I really was trying to figure out with this deck is what are going to be the other support allies in this deck. I'm not sure, and I asked this on the Facebook group. I said, if we're going to have hobbits, Does it make it a Hobbit deck if just the heroes are hobbits? Or do I need to make sure that all my supporting cast is hobbits as well? And I feel like I can have some hobbits, and I'm going to have something else. Now, for tactics and lore, the mixture of the two, I feel like the two other things either should be eagles or it should be Ents. But I'm going to pick Ents. So I think my supporting thing is going to be Ents. So I'm not going to use solely hobbits as my allies in this deck. Okay. So I'm going to start bringing out some of the kind of the normal Ent thing here. And you'll get an insight into how I make decks here. So now I'm kind of looking for Quick Beam. I may have passed Quick Beam. There's Leaf Lock. What does So Leaf Lock may be a good one of. So now I'm going to look for Quick Beam. If I can find Quick Beam. Ally Quick Beam. Look, there's another Welling Hall Preserver. I've decided, though, I'm not going to go with a ton of... What do I want to say? I'm not going to go with a ton of Ents, but enough that I probably will have some Ents out at the very beginning. So let's see here. Quick Beam. I feel like Quick Beam should be around here somewhere. Now I'm going to go through here and look for Tacticians. I don't know why I couldn't find Quick Beam. I thought Quick Beam was a... Oh, there he is. Oh, no, that's not... He's a Tactics Ent hero. Is he a Tactics ally? Let's see. Here's Beachbone. So I'm going to make kind of a... There's a Booming Ent. Okay. But then I need... There's Skin Bark. Okay, so I'm looking for the Durndingle Warrior, which I know is Tactics. We've reviewed him. Okay, I guess this is the problem with having so many decks going all at once. I forget exactly where he is. So and now I'm going to go through this. This is my campaign deck, but this is like has all the things that okay. There's one Fast Hitch. Daggers of Westerness. Boots from Erebor. Like all these things are the things that I'm thinking of having in here. Okay. There's, okay, let's see. Let's make sure we have this. So here's Shire Folk. Fast Hitch. Definitely Rosie Cotton. Friend of Friends. Rosie Cotton. There's another Dagger. Barlaman. So In the Shadows is good. There's another Friend of Friends. Fast Hitch. There's the third Fast Hitch. Barlaman Butterbur. Master of the Forge. I'm not sure about Barlaman yet. Okay. There's another Master of the Forge. There's the Friend of Friends. There's the third Rosy Cotton. Okay. I have a cold, so that's one of the things that's going on here. So, Rosy is great for Hobbit deck. Okay, and I can use Hobbit decks. I can use this guy because I can use Rosy in the Hobbit deck because of Tom Cotton's ability. Okay, it says while I'm engaged with an enemy, I can do this. So I'm going to bring these guys out. So I'm going to start separating this into allies and events and attachments. Okay, there's events, attachment, event, attachment, attachment. Now I'm going to have to find my other Song of Wisdom. I don't know exactly where that is. I have an idea where it could be, though. There's a quick beam. Okay. And here's a Durndingle Warrior and the Wandering Ent. Now, the Cloak of Lorien is something that I definitely am looking for. This. There's more Quick Beam. There's a Durndingle Warrior. How many of them? So there's 2. Ent Draft. Cloak of Lorien, another Wandering Ent. Okay, Ent Draft. Okay. So the hope here is that I'm going to have the Song of Wisdom out, the Song of Lore out, whatever that is here, enough to be able to do some good work. I want to be able to dig around and find these guys so that I can find events if I need, or attachments if I need them. And then I need, let's see, if I'm running Ents, let's see, Ent Draft is good for attachment. So I think that gets rid of the Boots of Erebor, Boots from Erebor. Okay. Okay, so here's what I got so far. Here's kind of my theory. Is I'm going to have about 3 or 4 or 5 Ents out. So in order, if I'm going to have Ents, I'm definitely going to want to have Treebeard. Okay, and I'm going to use 3 of him because he's important to the deck. Okay, and the other thing is I'm starting with a low enough threat that I think that I could bring out this version of Gandalf, Gandalf 2.0. I think that's the way that's going to work. Let's see. This used to be my location control deck here. But it's no longer that. So I think I have all the pieces. So here's the important stuff that I want to have out. Okay, here's the non-negotiables. I need 3 Songs of Wisdom. Okay, because I decided early on that this had to be a lore tactics, like it had to be tactics and lore together. Okay, so here's Rosie, and here's Gaffer. Okay, so I don't know if I need 2 or 3 of these guys. I feel like Gaffer I only need 2 of, but his ability is so good that it's wild. Okay, so it's all starting to come together now. Now I'd also want Resourceful. Okay, now if I'm using Resourceful as an attachment, and I don't necessarily need to be attaching everything, but I also want to lower my threat, and so that's where the Shire Folk come in. You know, if I can get one of these in my hand, like the optimum starting hand would be Shire Folk, Song of Wisdom, and then a Resourceful. Like that would be really good to have, I think, to start in my hand. Okay. So, Drinking Song is really good because that allows me to draw extra cards. And then the Shire Folk is nice because it allows me to go digging for hobbits. Okay. So, this is good. Let's see. What's this? That's the Evening Star. So that's just in case I want location control. Okay, so the dagger has to go, almost has to go in a deck like this. Okay. I think we decided that I don't need the boots from Erebor. Here's Barlaman ally. Okay, so now we'll put, and I love the In the Shadows card. That's given me a lot of good stuff. Let's see. More attachments. Oh, whoops, that's an event. So Sting is definitely a good attachment. That takes up a restricted slot. Friend of Friends, good attachment. Fast Hitch, good attachment. Okay. Ent Draft, because I'm using Ents. Ent Draft is a good attachment. So this is kind of what it was shaping up to be like. That this was going to be a, like, Hobbit shenanigans deck because I have all these attachments and I need to bring out as many attachments as I can. So let's see how many Ents. So we have to have, let's see. I don't know if we need 3 of Treebeard, but 3 of Treebeard. Gandalf. Okay, and now let's see how these Ents work. Well, definitely Quick Beam. Okay, we definitely need a version of Quick Beam. So there's that. And I like the Durndingle Warrior and the Booming Ent because they're in Sphere. If I don't get my Songs of Wisdom out, I think I'm okay. I want to be able to do this. So I think if we're, let's see, I'm going to put, so I want to be able to bring these guys out. That's really what it is. And then, oh, whoops, Quick Beam. And then the Welling Hall Preserver is good. And then the thing is that I'm not going to worry about having Leaf Lock. Skin Bark would be a good one of. And then Beach Bone, let's see. Cannot have restricted attachments. Center's Blade is also. So this allows you to do direct damage. I don't know. Let's put that. So I have this. So let's see. What are some of the other hobbits that I need? I need some Farmer Maggot in here. Okay. So I need Farmer Maggot. Definitely need Unseen Strike. Halfling Determination is good. Hobbit Sense is good. There's another Barlaman. Halfling Determination. Now, the way that I'm doing this is I'm trying to see what all I want to put in my deck. Because this, obviously, I'm not going to put all these cards together and then play with it, okay? But I want to see what all is kind of making sense to put in this deck, okay? There's a couple other things that I want to be able to do. Do I have any weapons? I do have a couple of weapons out here. So, like, Foe Hammer is good for card draw, okay? So, let's see. Foe Hammer. We're probably going to... It'd probably be nice to have a couple of feints. There's Foe Hammer. Okay. There's Foe Hammer. Okay, and the other two things that I thought that I would need is like Daron's Runes for draw. Let's see if I can find a Daron's Runes. Look at this. I know that there's... So here's an Entmoot card. Here's Daron's Runes. 1, 2, 3. There's also a card that affects both Hobbits and... Oh, I also want Protector of Lorien. Just to have something to put my extra... Do something with my extra cards. Okay, so... Let me see if I can find that thing that... I forget what it is. Let's see. What's the one that has both... Hobbit... So here's Shortcut. This I'm going to put off to the side because I feel like that's a good way to deal with locations if I need to. There it is. The Dam Bursts. So that plays off of the damaged Ent trait. So maybe those are the Ents that I want to have. Okay. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff going on here. Wow. Okay. So what are must-haves? Okay. Here's the thing. So I've done some math. I've figured out some math. Some of that math is that if you're going to have 3 of every card in your hand, you're going to want to have you're going to have 17 different cards. Okay, that's 51 cards, which is a reasonable size deck. So, yeah. So this is like must include. Okay, the Song of Wisdom. So that's 1. Okay. Now, for my allies, I feel like I want to include all 3 of the Master of the Forge. That's going to help me from what they call top decking all the time. So you draw a card, it goes off the top. But Master of the Forge allows you to go through and not top deck, and it allows you to find attachments. So my hope is to use this and get a lot of attachments out. Okay, so I'm gonna do Master of the Forge. Okay, now it's going to be an Ent deck, so I really need Treebeard out there. Now, for now, I'm gonna keep him as 3 of. Okay, so now we're at 9 cards. Okay, so now because of the way the deck runs, we want to use the damaged. We want to use the damage Ent thing. So I'm gonna use Quick Beam. I'm gonna use the Booming Ent. Then I'm going to use the Durndingle Warrior. Okay, so now this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's almost like some stuff here. Okay. Let's see. And now, Ents are pretty hardy in and of themselves, I guess. It's funny I say that, but these guys all have 3 hit points. But I would not call Tom Cotton hardy because he's a hero with 3 hit points. But it's funny how we think of that. Think about that. Okay. So I kind of, if this is 3, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 8. Do I have the Durndingle Warrior in here? Yes. Because I need to worry about tactics, and that being the thing. Okay, I like Skinbark, but it works really well. That's a 4 attack thing. Who do I like better? Skinbark or Beachbone? Okay, for now I'm going to do Beachbone. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 Ents. So 9, 15 cards. Okay. Now I really need to worry about having my Hobbits out. Okay. So how many Hobbits is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's really only 8 Hobbits. Now, I like the idea of Barliman, but I don't think I need Barliman because I'm going to have all these Ents out here. So I think I'm going to make the decision right now and make my first cut. I'm going to cut Barliman out. Okay, I have all these Ents. Okay, and all of these Hobbits are also unique. So that makes it a little weird to have all these unique Hobbits. Because only 3, they can only go out at once. Or they can only have 1 out at a time, I guess is what I'm saying. Okay, so there's 8 of those. I'm going to see if I can find my other copy of Farmer Maggot, just to have him out. Now, Farmer Maggot's good because that takes the place of direct damage. I call him Gandalf Light because he takes the place of the direct damage of Gandalf, Core Gandalf. And so here's Gandalf, the other version of Gandalf, and that means there. So this is the other thing that I'm going to do. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I have 20 allies, but I don't want that many. So what I'm going to do is I'm immediately going to cut down to one of each of my unique hobbits. Okay, so that's 17. 17 and 6 is 23. So now the rest of the deck is here to support all the things that I am going to need in order to build this deck. So I'm going to want to have Sting. Okay, now Sting is a guarded card, and he works really well with Bilbo's ability, but it's also one of those things that you don't want to have too many guarded attachments. So I think I'm going to do this. So this is 17. This is 23. Okay, so this is 25. That's good. Okay, so 25. And that takes up a restricted slot. Now the Dagger of Westerness, this is great because this is this can go on all the hobbits, and so I'm going to put 3. So that's 28. Now that means, so now right now I have, let me make sure I separate this. Look, I can have, oh, I forgot that guy's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I still have 20. I still have 20 allies. So that means that I'm going to need less events. Okay, so and attachments than I thought. So this is 5. Then we definitely need the Song of Wisdom, so that's 8. And of course you're going to have the Shire folk as your threat reduction. So that's 31. 31 cards. Okay. Here's the thing. I'm only playing with 8 of these, so I don't think that I'm making a second cut here. Raise the Shire is not... it's good because it goes into play and it's in sphere. Let's see. You pull out after you engage an enemy. Look for Farmer Maggot. Farmer Maggot comes back into your hand. You can attack. He's going to have big. Okay, so this is maybe a good thing to keep. Okay. Drinking Song is a good event. Now I'm going to get rid of the In the Shadows, because I feel like In the Shadows is, since I have Ents, I may not need to cancel it. Okay, so now the rest of these here. Okay. I think you have to include Unseen Strike in a Hobbit deck as an event. Okay, and now I'm also wanting to include Friend of Friends. If I can find where I put, oh, Friend of Friends must be in this. Okay. That's an attachment. Okay. So here's the thing. Right now I don't have a lot of... Oh, and I definitely need Fast Hitch. There's an attachment. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't think... If I keep Entmoot in there... Okay, I don't know if I need Foe Hammer, because I can already dig around and find stuff. Plus, I don't necessarily have a ton of weapons in this hand. I have a bunch of attachments, but I don't have a bunch of weapons that I'm going to want to have. So I think I'm going to get rid of Foe Hammer. Okay. So now it's these cards that are left here. Okay. So what am I trying to do? And this is what I'm always saying. Like, I really want to use Resourceful, but I can't think of any other, like, paying 4 for Resourceful is horrible. I can't think of any other ways to get this out, to be able to use that, though. Okay, so let's go back and recapitulate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I have 20 of those. Okay. Now attachments. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then events. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I really only have spots for 4 more cards, like total. Okay. Now resource acceleration would be nice. Oh, I could also Burning Brand. That would be nice. What is this? What are these cards here? After a location enters play, exhaust a Hobbit character to shuffle that location back, then reveal 1 card from the card. See, I like that idea, but I don't know if this is the deck to put it in. Okay, so here's Ent readying, but I don't think I'm going to need that. Okay. So I'm really looking for 1 or 2 more cards to be able to put. Let's say shadow cancellation in terms of having Burning Brand. I gotta put that out here. Okay. Now the good part about this is that you can put it onto any lore character. So I could put it onto one of my, it's not restricted, so it could go onto one of these Ents that are able to attack. And then the Protector of Lorien, what I like about that is that's a good way to discard the uniques in your hand to be able to get stuff. Now, let me just look and see what I have here. 0, 0, 1, 0. Okay, so that's reasonable. I may not need resource acceleration in this hand, this deck. I mean, you could always use resource acceleration, but these are all 1 cost attachments, 0 cost attachments. So I guess the only couple of people that are pretty tough are Treebeard and Gandalf and Farmer Maggot. So this is a really cheap deck. Okay, I like Ent Draft. What I like is that I'm gonna hopefully have out the whatchamacallit, the Master of the Forge, to be able to find all these attachments. I think I'm making the I was dead set on being able to use the Resourceful to do resource acceleration, but I don't think it makes sense, so I'm cutting that. Okay. Now, I love Feint. It's a core staple. Okay. Now, Daron's Runes is almost a freebie, so I'm going to put that in there. That replaces itself. So I'm still at 4 cards that I'm looking for now. Now, do I want to stay tactics? So if I did, I would go with Feint and Halfling Determination, which are really good cards. Okay, I'm getting rid of Shortcut. That's one. Now, Entmoot is really nice because that allows me to, you know, not top deck for Ent cards. And I do have just as many Ent cards, or more Ent cards, than I have Hobbits. So what are the chances? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 Ents. I'm not going to have any out, but I don't think the Entmoot is worth it. I think I would need to have more unique Ents, so that's good. Okay. I like the idea of a Burning Brand, having a couple of those out. I also like the idea of Protector of Lorien. Okay, maybe I get rid of Hobbit Sense. I don't love Hobbit Sense. The reason why I don't love Hobbit Sense is because it cancels the whole attack phase, so you can't really do anything. So I'm going to get rid of this. Okay. I like Halfling Determination. I like Feint. Okay. I have a cold. I probably said that already, but okay. Entmoot or Ent Draft. I think I like the idea of Ent Draft over Halfling Determination because this is permanent. Even though this is temporary and does more stats, I feel like these guys are going to be squishy enough to so I'm gonna put in a couple copies of Ent Draft. That's an attachment. Okay. And then what do we want? Burning Brand or Protector of Lorien? Well, Feint's a combat. See, this is the. Okay, let's go through it again here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So that's 37. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's 52. Here's the thing. I have Gaffer. I don't need Feint. Okay. Now, do I need Protector of Lorien? Burning Brand. I'm going to put a Burning Brand off to the side. I'm going to put Protector of Lorien there. Okay. So, I now have the beginnings of my deck. Keep in mind, this is the beginning. So I have 20 allies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 attachments. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And 55 and 15 events. Now, drinking song. Okay, well, there it is. So now the only thing to do really is to take this and to try and play it against a quest to see how it's going to work out. So that's what I plan on doing. So, and I still have a whole bunch of cards that I can still substitute in and give a shot and see what happens. So, yep. So I'm going to try it. This is me being stubborn and pig-headed about about having a mono Tactics Hobbit deck. So it's Hobbit flavored, but it's definitely not just Hobbits. So hopefully that's acceptable, and we'll play it out. We'll play it a couple of times, and we'll see what happens. Okay, have a great day. And if you're interested in finding this or any of our back episodes of Card Talk, feel free to search YouTube, where you can find our flagship video episodes with the username Card Talk 2018. Or you can search the RSS feed, cardtalk2018.libsyn.org, for our extended audio versions of our podcast. Or you can find us on Facebook at Card Talk 2018. And if you have any questions for Grant or myself, or for both of us, feel free to email us at cardtalk2018@gmail.com.